So the AI music gold rush, yeah, it's over. But here's the thing. What replaced it in 2026 is actually better. A real market, real creators, real monthly income. Most people treat AI music like it's just Spotify uploads. Upload and wait. Upload and wait. And they leave roughly 80% of the actual money on the table. Because there are 6 ways to earn here, not 1. All right, let's rank them. 6 revenue streams, ranked by what actually pays in 2026 for someone putting in 5 to 10 hours a week. Number 1, sync licensing. One placement on a TV show or an ad can pay anywhere from $500 to over $50,000. A mid-tier cable spot averages around $10,000. One track, one check. Number 2, streaming royalties. Tiny per stream, but infinitely scalable. 100 tracks pulling 2,000 streams each. That's around $700 a month. Catalog leaders clear 15 to 25 grand. Number 3, stock music. Pond 5, Audio Jungle, Artlist. Licenses run $20 to $200 a pop. Here's the trick though. Generic lo-fi drones. Specific stuff, corporate gaming, fashion runway, travel vlog, that moves. Then beats on BeatStars, 20 to $100 non-exclusive, up to 5 grand exclusive. YouTube licensing and custom commissions on Fiverr, 100 to 5,000 per gig. Stack these, that's the play. Okay, streaming royalties. Let's look at the real numbers, not the marketing ones. Spotify pays 3 to 5 tenths of a cent per stream. Not a lot, but they own roughly 40% of global streaming. 1 million streams gets you 3 to 5 grand. It's the volume play. Apple Music, roughly double Spotify, 8 tenths of a cent up to 1 cent per stream. Tidal pays the best, up to 1.4 cents. Smaller audience though. You feel the trade-off. YouTube Music though? The volume trap, 1 to 2 tenths of a cent. Distribute there anyway, sure. Just don't expect it to move the needle. Here's the formula. Tracks times average monthly streams times a blended rate around 4 tenths of a cent. 50 tracks pulling 3,000 streams each, 600 a month. Jump to 200 tracks, 2,400. It scales linearly. And what actually drives those streams? Playlists, full stop. A single editorial placement can take a track from 500 lifetime streams to 50,000 in a week. Now, sync licensing. This is where it gets interesting. Indie film, 250 to 3 grand. Cable TV queue, 3 to 15 grand. Netflix or Hulu placement, 5 to 25. National TV ad, 10 grand to over 100,000 for one track. And it's not a one-time thing. A 10 grand TV placement keeps paying. Performance royalties through ASCAP or BMI. Another 500 to 3,000 a year for years every time that content airs. Here's why AI is perfect for this. Music supervisors send briefs. 90 BPM, uplifting, light percussion, no vocals, 30 seconds. A traditional composer takes weeks. You can generate 10 candidates in 20 minutes. Where to submit? Songtrawler for major productions. Artlist for subscription stuff. MusicBed if you want premium. Strict curation. Pond 5 for volume. And honestly, direct LinkedIn outreach to supervisors still works. A track with 0 playlist placements averages 50 to 200 streams. Total. Lifetime. A track on even a small editorial playlist. 10 to 50,000 in month 1. That's the gap. First move, Spotify for artists. Every single release, pitch 2 to 4 weeks before it drops. Fill out the whole form, mood, instruments, culture, and write a real description. Curators actually read those. Release Radar and Discover Weekly. Those algorithmic playlists, they look at follower count, retention, and saves in the first 7 days. 7 days. That's why launch week matters more than anything. Then the independent curators. Submit Hub, Playlist Push, Groover. $2 to $10 per submission. Good targeting gets you 15 to 25% acceptance. A playlist with 10,000 followers can drive 5,000 streams. All right, real numbers. What do actual catalogs earn? 10 tracks. Beginner. You're looking at 30 to 100 a month in streaming. Maybe 1 or 2 small sync placements a year. Averaged out 80 to 250 a month. Coffee money. 50 tracks. Serious hobbyist. Streaming climbs to a few hundred to 750. 3 to 5 sync placements. Stock kicks in. You're now at 400 to 1500 a month. 200 tracks. Now it's real. Streaming alone, 600 to 3 grand. 10 to 20 sync placements a year. Stock and custom work add another chunk. 2500 to 7500 a month. Part-time. 500 plus tracks. This is full-time. Direct supervisor relationships. Multiple sync placements every month. 8 grand to 25 grand a month. No ceiling. And it's still mostly passive. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Every successful creator runs the same 5-step pipeline. Every track, no shortcuts. Step 1. Generate on a paid plan. Suno Pro at $10, Udio Standard. The free tiers? No commercial rights. Uploading that to Spotify is technically a copyright violation. Just pay the $10. Step 2. Process every track before it goes anywhere. Spectral smoothing. Timing humanization. Strip the Suno and Udio tags out of the metadata. Master to -14 LUFs for Spotify. Skip this step, your tracks get flagged. Step 3. Distribute strategically. Streaming DistroKid at $23 a year, unlimited. Sync goes to Songtrotter and Artlist directly. Stock on Pond 5. Beats on BeatStars. Different streams, different pipes. Step 4. Promote. Editorial pitches, indie curators, TikTok, Reels. This isn't optional. Tracks with 0 engagement look suspicious. Algorithms bury them. Step 5. Scale, reinvest profits. 1 release per week for a year is 52 tracks earning at the same time. That's how the compounding actually works. Quick note on rights. Generating a track doesn't mean you can sell it. Free outputs are personal only, and you can't go back, upgrade, and retroactively claim rights on old free stuff. Doesn't work that way. And yeah, the US Copyright Office still won't register pure AI output in 2026. But honestly, sync deals and stock platforms run on license grants, not copyright ownership. For practical money, it doesn't really matter. Here's the typical curve. Months 1 through 3, you're learning. 0 to 200 a month. By month 6, 50 to 75 tracks. First editorial placement, 2 to 800 a month. The compounding hasn't kicked in yet. Months 7 through 12. You're at 150 tracks, 800 to 3 grand a month. Year 2, 300 plus tracks. Direct supervisor relationships, 3 to 10 grand a month. Full-time possible. Here's the insight. A track earning just $5 a month is worth about 300 over 5 years. 200 tracks at 5 a month, 1,000 a month, recurring, 0 extra work. That's the compounding play. That's the full breakdown. Subscribe for more honest reviews and see you on the next one.